How you doing, YouTube? Matt, Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. More mystery beer time, my favorite kind of time. Your guys' favorite kind of time most of the time. Some of the time. Anytime. Anyway, yeah, mystery beers. For those that don't know, people send me beers. They're all wrapped up like this. I have no idea what they are. I'm going to open it. I'm going to drink it. I'm going to talk about it. Probably not going to guess the exact beer, but I'll guess style and bits and pieces and stuff like that. And then we'll reveal it and see how close I am. More times than not, I'm pretty good at this, actually. Not to be too horn-tootin', but sometimes I dumpster fire and train wreck, and that's pretty fun, too. So, yeah, let's dive into it. Beautiful paper towel, blue painter's tape. This one comes courtesy of Sean. Thank you very much, brother. He sent me off a box of some mystery beer, some not mystery beer. Let's see what this has. Give it a pour. Okay. I'm super pissed because he sent me off, I forget how many he sent me off, but I had lost one. My camera screwed up and I did a really good job. It was a hard one to nail down. It was actually, what was it? A Star Hill English brown ale with maple syrup, and I nailed it. I didn't get the maple syrup, I got this burnt brown sugar thing, but I nailed pretty much the exact style. And almost all the bits and pieces. So super pissed to lose that one. So hopefully I do not lose this one. Yeah, there's really not much of a head to it. I mean, she looks like, you know, a malt forward beer, obviously, like maybe a barley wine, something like that. I'm trying to generate a head on this. Either this has serious oxidation, capping, carbonation issues, or it's like a barley wine or a sour. So, yeah, rich, brownish in color. Really no head to speak of. Done and done. Now, if you actually look at this bottle, it has a soft, slow curve to it. To me, that speaks Belgian. Sometimes I can be wrong with that one. It's got a little bit of kind of rusty markings up here and very sticky. So I'm going with a barley wine or something kind of Belgian candied sugar, something with a bit of sweetness to it. Let's get a nose. What's that? I shouldn't be doing mystery beers. I have a bit of sniffle. I'm on the tail end of it, a little bit of sickness, but my nose isn't up to snuff. So I'm getting just a kind of a soft, rich, kind of almost like overly sweetened iced tea kind of vibe from it. Yeah, I'm getting this rich sweetness from it that makes me want to think cherries, but makes me want words, they're hard. Makes me want to go almost to bourbon territory. It doesn't smell big. It doesn't smell super hot or like a super gigantic beer, but it has a big sweetness to it, and it does have this kind of rich cherry liqueur kind of thing. It could even be like a red wine barrel, or more specifically, something more port-based or something like that. But yeah, there's this kind of richness to it, this richness of a cherry liqueur going on. And that's pretty much it. Just sweet, sugary sweetness on multiple levels. From the grain bill, from a kind of semi-spirit. There's really not much wood there that I can detect with this clogged up nose. But yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm just going to dive in and see what the taste has to offer. Cheers. I didn't get any of that tartness. I didn't get any sour component to it. But this is somebody's creek. This is somebody's creek. There's rich red cherries. There's a big, beyond kettle sour acidity to it, but not overly acidic. There's this big, huge fruit components like raspberries and snozberries, and just big, you know, fruit abounds, leaning on the red side of things, capped with this, not necessarily in the taste, maybe a little bit of kind of maraschino kind of taste, but it's more just this rich kind of red kind of cherry vibe, with this big tart punch on it. You know what it reminds me of? Cuvée de Jacobins. So it's somebody's Flanders Red. Okay, let me rephrase. Rewind. So it has a creek thing going on. It has a cherry thing going on. But also has that kind of Flanders Red Ale thing going on. So it's either somebody's Flanders Red, like Cuvée de Jacobins does their kind of Cuvée de Creek. It's very similar to something like that. Or it's just somebody's Flanders that has really gone kind of cherry-like, or somebody's creek that kind of leans very heavily in the Flanders area. Yeah, my nose is at a commish, man, because it's there in taste. Now that I smell it and get it, but man, my nose did not get me too far with that at all. So yeah, rich sweetness abounds, brown sugar in spirit, There's a big rich tartness to it, and cherry leaning, heavy cherry leaning. Taking back that whole kind of barrel thing, I think that was that sweetness and that cherry tartness that was making me lean that way. And the nose, I think it's just somebody's kind of Flanders or Creek that is somewhere in between. Like I said, it's reminding me of the Cuvée de Jacobins, the Cuvée de Creek, but I don't think that. It's got a nice dryness to it. It's a really tasty beer, really chuggable. I dig it. Yeah, a nice, either it's an aged Belgian or American's take on it. Nonetheless, I dig it. I like when my Creek / Flanders kind of lean in this direction. So yeah. Let's see what this bottle has. Okay. Fanatical Ales. Never heard of these guys before. Let's see if I can get the rest of this unwrapped. We have a Viking Scottish style sour ale. Okay. Scottish style sour. You're making that shit up. That's not a thing. On the side here it says, rating party to your senses. A rating party to your senses. A Viking beer is meant to be enjoyed unapologetically. Sweet, floral, and exploding with sour flavor. This ancient ale was created by the Vikings, claimed by the Scots, lost to time, and given rebirth by our brewer to share amongst the enlightened. D9 Wild Sours. Fanatical Ales. Never kettled. So, yeah, like I said, it was above that kettle sour. Gluten reduced. Okay. Tainted microflora and terribly acidity. Scottish style sour. 5%. Okay, I didn't talk about ABV. It actually tasted a little bit bigger than 5%. Going back on it. There's no such thing as a Scottish style ale or Scottish style sour. Let me rephrase that. Let's rewind again. I'm sure there was a ton of Scottish style sour beers, but not on purpose back in the day. Beer was pretty much sour from the get from back in the day until, like, you know, everybody got all their kind of, fermenting and all that stuff on lock. So of course there were sour Scottish ales, but there's no such thing as a Scottish style sour ale. What makes this Scottish? Maybe it's that kind of fruit character that I'm getting it from. Maybe it's something beyond that cherry component, that boysenberry kind of whatever hell, what is it, gooseberry, something Scottish. I don't know what the hell Scottish berries are. And, but yeah, it comes off as somebody's kind of Flanders version of a beer, but with a fruited, red fruited, more specifically cherried kind of kick or creak to it. So it's where are these guys located? This has got to be down by his way, I'd assume. Yeah, Cornelius, North Carolina, District 9 Brewing. Yeah, it's fun, it's tasty, I dig it, like I said, but I feel like it's, kind of weird for them to be like, it's Scottish sour ale, instead of being like, this is our Flanders red with some kind of berry component. But regardless, it's tasty, it's nice, I dig it. It's fun. My snaz did not help me. My taste buds did. I got a big, rich cherry cordial thing just kind of popping there. So the cherries abound, the red fruit abounds. The sourness is enough to kind of get you all hot and bothered, but way not acidic enough to kind of get you all kind of crazy. I like it. I dig it. Labels, all right, that old school kind of Gaelic Scottish labeling doesn't really do much for me. But I like the shape of the label. How it kind of bows up and bows down. I kind of dig that. Works not bad. This doesn't really do it for me, but it's a fun beer. It's a tasty beer. Done and done. Let's talk about it. Is this one of the better American-born sour beers that I've had as of late? It's actually quite tasty, so I kind of really dig it. But I've had much better, so I don't want to leave it out, but I definitely don't want to put it in. It's kind of on that cusp thing. Value and availability, no idea. Maybe Sean can let us know what's what and leave you with if you like what we like this beer. If you like, if you like Flanders, if you like Creek, and you want them to marry in between, like I said, think of Cuvée de Jacobins, their Creek version. It's kind of like that, albeit a bit Americanized, and not in a bad way. It's tasty, it's nice, it's fun. I'd pick one up. If I can get this on draft, if I was down that way, I'd be all about it. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Mystery beers. We always want to talk about mystery beers. If you want to send me mystery beers, massivebeers@gmail.com. If you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, Beer Massive, doing the podcasting stuff, Massive Beers, doing the whole social media stuff. And hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully enjoying a nice little Scottish style sour wild ale right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.